Fifth grade, Chapter 6, Lesson 10. Use properties of addition. You can use properties of addition to help you add fractions with unlike denominators. So they have the commutative property that basically is the same fractions except for they just wrote them in a different order. Then you have the associative property that they have three different ones and then they use the parentheses to group them. And basically all they did was they changed the order of where they were going to group them, right? So Jane and her family are driving to Big Lagoon State Park on the first day. They travel 1/3 of the total distance. On the second day, they travel 1/3 of the total distance in the morning, and then 1/6 of the total distance in the afternoon. How much of the total distance has Jane's family driven by the end of the second day? So on here they said associative property. So they said they had 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/6, but they had in parentheses the 1/3 plus 1/6. Now we're going to put something else in the parentheses. We're still adding all the same things, only we are just going to, in order of operations, you always do what first, guys? Parentheses. So they're just changing what's going to be done first in the number sentence. So what should be grouped together? 1/3 and 1/3. So 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/6. Okay? So now 1/3 plus 1/3 is what, guys? 2/3. 2/3. So now we're going to have 2/3 here plus 1/6. Now, do those have a common denominator?
No.
Yes. No. So we need to come up with a common denominator. What is that common denominator going to be? 6. So I'm going to put a 6 here, and then do I have to change the 1/6?
No.
No. How did I get from 3 to 6? Times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. And you guys have done enough of that to where you can start kind of doing that in your brain, right? Now, sometimes do I still need to see some work on your paper? Yes. Okay, but in instances like this, especially where there's smaller fractions, you guys can go ahead and do that in your brain, okay? If you have a little bit of trouble still, go ahead and write it over here to the side and help you out, okay? So 4/6 plus 1/6 is?
5/6.
5/6. So Jane's family has driven
5/6
of the total distance by the end of the second day. Example, add 2 5/8 plus 1 2/3 plus 1 1/8. It says they want us to use the commutative property and the associative property. So it says use the commutative property to put fractions with like denominators next to each other. So in other words, they just want us to switch these two around. So we're going to write 1 2/3 plus 2 5/8 plus 1 1/8. Now we're going to rewrite that in the exact same order, except for our parentheses are going to be around our last two because what are they? They have the same what? They have a common denominator. So we're going to rewrite 1 2/3, 2 5/8 plus 1 1/8. Then use mental math to add the fractions with the like denominator. So we are just going to rewrite the 1 2/3, right? Because that's not our like denominator yet, correct? Then what is 2 plus 1? 3. 5/8 plus 1/8 is 6/8. Now we need to get equivalent fractions. Okay, so 24 is going to be our new denominator, right? So 1 and then 24. So how did I get from 3 to 24? Times 8. So what I do on the bottom, I also do on the top. So 2 times 8 is 16 plus 3. And then we said our new denominator was 24. How did I get from 8 to 24? Times 3. So what I do on the bottom, I also do on the top. 6 times 3 is 18. Now, what is 1 plus 3? 4. What's 16 plus 18? 34. Over 24, which that can also be, what can we rename this as?
5 and 10.
Oh, no. This one right here, guys. 1 and 10 24ths, right? So then that makes that what? 5 plus 1 and 10 24ths. 4 plus 1 is 5, and then 10 24ths. Then what else can that equal to? 5 and what? What goes into both 10 and 24? 2. So how many times does 2 go into 10? 5 times. How many times does 2 go into 24? 12. So our answer is 5 and 5 twelfths. The next one, try this. Use properties to solve. Show each step and name the properties used. So 5 and 1/4 plus 3/4 plus 1 and 5/12. So what property would we use there? Okay, so associative. So do we need to rewrite it in a different order? No. So we are just going to put our parentheses in a different spot. And that's the associative property, right? Now, what is 5 and 1/4 plus 3/4?
6.
6 plus 1 and 5/12 equals 7 and 5/12. 1/5 plus 3/10 plus 2/5. Do we need to write that in a different order?
Yes.
Yes. So we are going to write what?
1/5.
No. 3/10 plus 1/5 plus 2/5. What property is that? What property is that? Commutative property. So now we need to add what in there? Parentheses around 1/5 and 2/5. So that makes that the associative property, right? So now I'm going to rewrite what? 3/10 plus, what's 1/5 plus 2/5? 3/5. Now what's going to be my common denominator, guys? 10. So I can rewrite 3/10 plus my new denominator of 10. How did I get from 5 to 10? Times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. So 3/10 plus 6/10 equals
9/10.
9/10 is our answer. Share and show. Use the properties in mental math to solve. Write your answer in simplest form. So 2 and 5/8 plus 5/6 plus 1 and 1/8. What are we going to have to do? So the commutative property, we're going to have to write it in a different order, right? So 2 and 5/8 plus what?
1 and 1/8.
Plus 1 and 1/8 plus 5/6. What am I going to put in parentheses? 2 and 5/8
1 and 1/8.
plus 1 and 1/8. So what is 2 plus 1?
3.
3. 5/8 plus 1/8 is
6/8.
6/8 plus 5/6. What's my new denominator? 24, right? So 3, and then we said 24. How did I get from 8 to 24? Times 3. So 6 times 3 is
18.
18, because what I do on the bottom, I also have to do on the top. We said 24 was our new denominator. How did I get from 6 to 24?
Times 4.
Times 4. So 5 times 4 is
20.
20, which equals 3 and 38 24ths, which that 38 24ths becomes 1 and what? And 14 24ths, which then becomes 4 and what?
4 and 14 24.
Well, 4 and 14 24ths, but what can 14 24ths be reduced to?
7 12.
7 twelfths. So 4 and 7 twelfths. So basically what we're doing is we're getting our common denominator added together first, then going with the next fraction and getting a common denominator between the two, right? All right, so 5 twelfths plus 5 twelfths plus 3 fourths. What are we going to do there? Do we need to rewrite it in a different order?
No.
No, we just need to change where the parentheses is. So we're going to write 5 twelfths, so parentheses 5 twelfths plus 5 twelfths, into parentheses plus 3 fourths. So what is 5 twelfths plus 5 twelfths?
10 12.
10 twelfths plus 3 fourths. What's going to be my new denominator?
12.
12. So I don't need to change 10 twelfths plus new denominator 12. How did I get from 4 to 12?
Times 3.
Times 3. So what I do on the bottom, I have to do on the top. So 3 times 3 is 9. So 10 twelfths plus 9 twelfths is
19 12.
which also equals
1 and 7 12.
1 and 7 twelfths. 3 and 1/4 plus 2 and 5/6 plus 1 and 3/4. So do we need to, which property do we need to use first? The commutative. We need to rewrite it in a different order, right? So we're going to write 3 and 1/4 plus 1 and 3/4 plus 2 and 5/6. Now where do I put my parentheses?
In between 1 and 3/4. 3 and 1/4.
So 3 and 1/4 plus 1 and 3/4. Now what is 3 and 1/4 plus 1 and 3/4?
5.
5, because 1/4 plus 3/4 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 3 is 5. Plus 2 and 5/6 equals,
7 and 5 6.
and then do we need to do anything else?
Nope.
Nope, that one was pretty simple. On your own, use the properties in mental math to solve. Write your answer in simplest form. 2/7 plus 1/3 plus 2/3. Do we need to use the commutative property? No, we just need to use the associative property and change where our parentheses is. So we'll write 2/7 plus parentheses 1/3 plus 2/3. So now what am I going to write? 2/7 plus, what's 1/3 plus 2/3? 1. So pretty easy on this one as well, right? 1 plus 2/7 equals,
1 and 2 7.
and then that's my answer. 1/5 plus 1/2 plus 2/5. Do I need to use commutative property? Yes, I need to change the order. So what do I need to write?
1/5
1/5
plus
2/5 plus
1/2.
1/2. Now, where do I use my associative property? I put it around
1/5 and 2/5.
1/5 and 2/5, which 1/5 plus 2/5 equals
3/5.
So 3/5 plus 1/2. What's going to be my new common denominator?
10.
10. So how did I get from 5 to 10?
Times 2.
Times 2. So what I do on the bottom, I do on the top. So 3 times 2 is 6 plus 10. How did I get from 2 to 10?
1.
Times 5. So 1 times 5 is 5. 6 tens plus 5 tens equals,
11.
which equals
1 and 1/10.
1 and 1/10.